Will Smith is one of those guys that can really just pull off the mustache. You know? Some guys, probably me, that's why I don't grow just a mustache. We just look like pedophiles, you know? Even some actors, you know, when they're playing like cop roles. But Will Smith, I can rock a mustache. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Bright. Bright stars Will Smith, Joel Edgerton, and it's directed by David Ayer, of course, and written by that Max Landis guy. Not a big fan of his, but, you know, I did like Chronicle. I'll give it that. One of the movies he's written. He does try to be original, and he succeeded in this movie because this basically shows this movie is a modern-day movie as if it's a parallel universe. It's basically as if orcs, elves, centaurs, whatever, magic existed, but in our world today. There's no event that opens this up and, oh my God, it's just the way it is. This is like an alternate reality. You start off like this. You see posters of like orcs and stuff like that doing this. I mean, a lot of people are trying to do the parallel thing, of course, like, oh man, it's just trying to show racism in our country right now and blah, 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 which I don't think it really just does in the way that they think it does. A lot of people just want to be like, oh yeah, the orcs are like black people. That's just pretty much. I'm like, no, I don't think it's really that. But anyways, when it comes to the movie, you got Will Smith paired up with the first orc policeman, and nobody wants to work with the guy. Not even Will Smith wants to work with the guy. And there's a whole thing of why even more that he doesn't want to work with the guy, or, you know, that he's pissed off at the guy. But, you know, we're basically seeing that. It's almost the end of Watch-ish. But then, of course, they find this elf girl who has a magic wand, who these other baddie elves want to get that wand because, you know, there's a whole big mythology, you know, there's a, you know what I'm talking about. Mythology was the word I was trying to look for. Yes, that's the word. Jesus, I couldn't think of the word. But, you know, they explain, you know, exactly why with the power and everything like that. So what did I think of Bright? I enjoyed the shit out of this movie, and I can't wait for more. Is this movie like, oh my God, you gotta watch? No, it's not. I mean, at first, I was going, okay, I'm liking where this is headed, but it just, at first, it didn't stir up like the holy crap, this movie is great right at first. You know, and I'm not saying that Will Smith and Joel Edgerton didn't have chemistry right at the beginning. I'm just saying, right at first, I was kind of going, okay, I don't know, maybe this needs to... just need to watch this a little bit more before I decide, okay, now it's better. As soon as shit really started going down, that's where I really was like, okay, now these two are really coming together. And I guess it was probably supposed to be shot like that because at first Will Smith wanted nothing to do with it. But I think they were really trying to capitalize on the orc being the first policeman and him getting a lot of shit. And it's just, it played out kind of, I don't know. It just didn't play out as great as I think it could have. But still, as the shit was starting to go down, and then their chemistry, even though there's some really cheesy lines that are in this movie, you know, I was okay with it. The biggest thing about this movie is I like the world. It's different, and you know, the modern day with orcs and elves and everything like that. And you know, I really like that part. And there's even like a section, like a section of the city where it's just a bunch of rich elves basically and everything. So I kind of like what they're doing with it. And I almost want the sequel, because they already greenlit a sequel over at Netflix. I almost want it to be a series, and I think some people would actually agree with that. It should be more of like a 12-episode series. You could probably do a lot more with that and have a lot more fun with the concepts right here because, I mean, the villain chick, I mean, she wasn't as, you know, fleshed out, and I didn't really, it just seemed like she just wanted her wand back, and that was it. There was no, I don't know. I just think they could do more if they have it more of a series. But there's a lot of good moments in this movie, and there's a lot of moments that I was like, okay, that's fine, but yeah, when it comes down to it, this movie it's different. I like it. I like the way David Ayer directed it, and I can't wait for more. I really enjoyed it. So let me know your thoughts about it down below. What did you think of Bright? Did you like it? Did you not? Are you one of the people that just like fuck this movie? Because some people out there are just like, there's literally, I mean, on my Twitter, Screen Crush. I mean, the writer was going, "What did you guys do? 11 million people? Are you serious?" They hate the fact that people watch this movie. I think David Ayer is starting to get chastised by certain groups, and it's just like, why? Let me know your thoughts about it down below, guys. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel, too. Follow me in the social media stuff floating above my head. And, of course, I got shirts and stickers available in the closet, guys. Talk to you later.